Hello and welcome to another episode of Holding On for Dear Life. It doesn't even make sense how crazy this is, really. Um, right now the Germans are making $1 billion per turn, and that is like so many units that they're able to put on the board everywhere. And they've got Russia on the ropes with the help of Japan coming in with another army. And with all these units, 25 ground units, we're gonna be hard pressed to hold on at all. And yet here we are, trying our darndest. So let's go ahead with our buy. We're going to get all men except for one artillery piece because we have the differential of the dollar. That's 6 units that we're putting on the board. That's it. Anywhere that we can destroy some of the enemy is good for us. Because the Japanese and their air force has been pulled away to other theaters. So we only have 6 units to put down is the problem. Because, I want to take this location. And if we took Archangel and Novosibirsk, we would protect that from everything except for 1 infantry coming in. And that would be pretty great, actually. The problem is that the Japanese could then blitz their tank in and blow us up. And Caucasus is worth 4 value. So, let's go at least an artillery and 3 men and 2 and a man. Oh god, what does that look like? We're putting 6 people down, so we maintain our numbers by doing this. Is that enough? They have a hit on us guaranteed. We have a hit on them. We have a hit on them. We might fail to take Caucasus, but we'd have to be pretty unlucky. Let's take it. So, Caucasus, we missed on our 2. They hit their guaranteed hit. And then miss and miss, which is good for us. That means that we're going to get it. And they did hit with their last shot, so we sent just enough to take it. And then here, they hit us on their shot, and then they hit us again. On average, they should have only got us once there, but they got us twice. So then we retreat. We can't put any more units in Caucasus, but we wouldn't even if we could. And then all of our units. And the sub still has nothing to do. It's just making sure that the battleship stays with the cruiser. Basically. Done. Let's see what the Germans do. I mean, they're just able to buy so many units that it's very difficult for us to keep up with. Oh, baby. They're attacking us. We got a good defense. We killed the unit. We killed the unit here as well. And not in Finland. We're actually getting a lot of really good hitbacks. They're losing a lot of units. They didn't take this back from us. They did take Caucasus. They're going to non-combat a ton of stuff into Caucasus, so we're not getting it again. We have $31. They took Finland. But now we have a lot more units nearby. Obviously, they're piling up as well. And the fact that they took Rhodesia is a bit nasty. We can't take Baltic states. With 4 transports, we can get 8 units into Germany. That's not enough to take it. It's just too much. Now, is this area safe? 1, 2, 3, 4. Where isn't there a bomber? Oh, we killed it. Okay. So there's nothing the enemy has, not even a sub, that can hit this sea zone unless they can land in both northwestern Europe and France. So that's pretty sick for us. If we bought all ground troops I mean, we could do that. What if we bought 7 ground troops again and another fighter? Yeah, I think that's the best we can do. Because we have to keep upping the ante. Then we go down here, and they have no air force in range to attack our transport. So that's fantastic for us. We come back, we take a man. And then we take our 2 other crew transports. I want Finland. So let's send our 1 transport. We'll drop 2 men down. We have so much air power that, like... Interestingly enough, we can send one of these fighters to Russia. We have no troops to, like, use these planes with at the moment. So we're kind of just chilling. And then the United Kingdom can take this last little bit of stuff, and we'll bring it into Norway here. Lovely. So now we're really kind of forcing the Germans. They have to take back France and Northwestern Europe, which is not hard for them to do. But at least all that cash is going into the UK. And I'm not sure what we're going to do with it, but it's offsetting the fact that we've just lost India and all of Southeast Asia. And the Americans are coming in fast. So we just need to hold on. So this is good. Done. Naval bombardment. We're killing the infantry. We're coming back to our fleet. We've got 2 fighters defending Russia. We've got a whole bunch of new units here. Loving it. And then Norway's kind of piling up too. There's 6 units there. Nothing near what our German friends have, but enough that we can start to stand off with them. They're doing exactly what they have to. All right, here's the big naval battle. A battleship, 2 bomber, and 3 fighters. Yeah, that's what I thought. So we're losing a lot here. And they're also taking 3 hits. But they're going to have a hard time replacing these casualties. So then they kill these. And we missed on our return shot. That's awful. We got really unlucky there. We killed 1 less plane than I wanted. But again, their battleship is now in a position where there's like nothing they can do. We're now going to destroy that battleship. We might lose a plane for it, unfortunately. And no more, like, this stuff here is not in range. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so we can also get Borneo. The Philippines they could take, and that's a little bit scary. Because I can't really block them from it. Well, 1, 2... No, I just can't get there. We could stack in Wake Island again. This German sub is here. Oh, I have a bomber. Okay, that's helpful. The Germans will be able to counterattack. No, they won't be. Okay. So let's with the Americans, we have to buy at least a factory, potentially 2. If we buy a factory here, the enemy is guaranteed to have to go for it. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, we could defend the Philippines. And East Indies is actually quite protected. They have 3. They're like out of planes. They're like out of air power. So we can defend the Philippines as well. Let's get a second factory. And we'll get 2 more fighters. So the US is going to have even more planes coming in. Do I care about this sub? I'm not sure that I do. Because I want to go here. and here. So this will have 2 planes landing on it. It needs another health, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this bomber can get to the Philippines. So right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so could the plane. So and because it could land on the aircraft carrier, so they could have 6 health worth of units here. What we need to do is use this bomber here. And I mean, that's pretty great. Then can we defend Borneo? 1, 2. The bomber could kill Borneo. Frig. Because I was thinking it would be great to drop some troops on it. But there's too many places for that bomber to land. And we're still coming in with this stuff. Wake Island is as close as we can get. Though Solomon is also kind of nice. I really like the idea of taking Borneo. The problem is, like, we can't protect what we put down and defend the Philippines. Like, all of these destroyers are vulnerable. Also, this is not guaranteed. It's pretty close to guaranteed, but not quite. Like, it's guaranteed to win, but we could lose more than the bomber, is what I'm worried about. So that's good, that's good. Then we go up to the Philippines with our men. And something like this. I mean, I guess that's all non-combat move. But this is where these fighters would land. Yeah, 1, 2. Because Solomon fighter can't go like 1, 2, 3, and then it wouldn't get to the Philippines. So that way we'll have 2 aircraft carriers, 3 fighters, a destroyer, a whole bunch. This Borneo invasion is 5 against 4. We have 3 units. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we just can't force it. It's forcing it right now. I can't take Borneo. Unless I sent the whole armada of ground troops to it. But then I couldn't protect the Philippines. Because they can send a single bomber at it. I'd only be able to defend the Philippines if I had an aircraft carrier here. But then I'd only have 1 fully loaded aircraft carrier, and that's asking for trouble. 1, 2, 4, that's 6 units. Yeah. I guess we just threaten them that we're gonna kill them. Right, can we lose this? Can we lose this fleet? 3 planes, 2 aircraft carriers. No, because we can... Well... No, we couldn't. It would cost Japan everything if they tried. But we're fine. So that's everything. We're not worrying about this thing. Oh, what about you? You guys can get to Wake Island. Okay. 1, 2, 3... I mean, I like having these fighters in the area. 1, 2, 3... If they did try anything here, we could get them. Okay. That's all of the American attacks, because this plane is useless. It's only defensive. Done. They missed on their return fire, which is literally incredible. This aircraft carrier is in a weird spot. They could send a bomber at it. But that's why we bought so many. Right? If they sent a Japanese bomber at it, that would suck. But if we sent one fewer plane here, we could lose the Philippine fleet, and that would work way more against us. So, we hit done. There's a factory here, and more planes. Love it. Russia. The extra differentials really hurt us right now, but that's just gonna have to be fine. We could go 2 and 2. I really don't like it though. But the Germans are kind of spread out right now. The problem is that we could get double tapped by the Japanese here soon. But we do have to fight. Like we send. And we have to take some risks. We hit on a 4, we hit on a 4, we hit on a 4. They hit on 2s. It kind of sucks, but it's the best we can do. Or we're going to be restricted to 8 income for the rest of the game. Battle in West Russia. We hit them. Nice. Battle in Kazakh. We hit them. Nice. Oh my god, are we going to go 3 for 3? Be very lucky. No. We did kill them, but we didn't take the territory. So, well done. Drop some units. We're maintaining a stack here. We only have 12 production, though. That's only enough for 4 infantry next turn. Oh, here comes battle. Big old bad Germany. They are attacking. We are getting good hits back, though. Here we have no chance of winning. Come on, hit them. Yes. You want to see the red dice when it's our attack and not red dice when it's theirs. All right, now they have units defending. All right, let's think about our purchase now. They do have fighters nearby defending like everything, but we have so many extra planes that we could begin to buy a second aircraft carrier, and then we could actually hold this location here. Is that what we want to be doing? Taking these French in Northwest Europe? Probably every turn. Anything to bleed the Germans? The alternative would be to hit them in the Baltic states, because there's like 4 artillery there. That's pretty expensive. We have 1, 2, 3. We can swap these 2 planes with these 2 planes, and they can both meet in the Baltics. That's 4 airstrike power. Not to mention we could 1, 2, 3. We couldn't use that fighter on it. I really like the idea of buying an aircraft carrier to keep our secondary landing front open. It only leaves enough for 6 units, which is kind of crap. But I don't think we actually take the Baltics. I think we take a couple of other places here. So we go back. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 1, 2. Both of you need a fighter escort. 1, 2, 3, 4. This plane can hit Finland and then get to Russia. What does that mean for us? We send 2 guys in. They're guaranteed to hit one of us. Is one plane defending Russia enough? I mean, they have a lot of units nearby. One. I mean, Jesus. I don't know, man. Hard not to use all our air wings, though. So that's something that we're doing here. We go and we pick up one more guy. And for the price of 1 artillery, we take this. I mean, it's kind of a sin to send in 3 units to kill 3 units, but that's the best we can do right now to try and slow down the German menace. We don't have that transport anymore. So basically all of Africa is going to fall. Which is poopy. They're sending this battleship around. I mean, they have escaped with it. And if they move their guy to Belgian Congo, then and go here, next turn they could be in Brazil, and that would be fiercely annoying. But we've got things nearby. Not very close, actually. Let's hit done. All right, Northwestern Europe. Let's go. We hit them and they missed. France, we hit them and they did hit. And then Finland, we did hit them pretty hard. So we're going to get in with 2 units left. So defend here, defend here. This man goes all the way to Russia, and these guys defend the fleet. I mean, we are biting into the Germans. We're just not inflicting that many casualties because their air force is still holding us at bay, unfortunately. And they're taking over the whole world. But maybe next turn we can go and bring some reinforcements down. Like if this battleship really did try and take up the coast, we always have our fleet here in the United Kingdom. So, yep. And moving phase. So an aircraft carrier here. So now these 2 planes can't blow up our transports. And we drop all our things down. Love it. Are we worried about the Russian capital? We sure are. It's only got like 30 units defending it. And they just bombed it. Scary. America has money. They move their fleet up here, but it doesn't actually do anything there. There's 5 tanks in India from the Germans. Like, what the hell is going on, my dude? We need to take Borneo. We need to do a lot. We have a lot of planes in the area. We have 3 aircraft carriers. But we might need more depending on where the Japanese planes are. They're all the way here in Germany, so we don't really have to worry about them, do we? In that case, we should go pretty heavy on, I mean, men and transports, right? So we can get a transport in both locations. We can get 2 men in the Philippines, 2 men here. And honestly, a battleship, it seems luxurious, but that's 2 fully loaded transports and then a battleship. Do we need that though? I mean, these 3 transports here could do a lot. They could go. Where are they gonna go? We can't really take Manchuria. Not with the Japanese. What's left of the Japanese fleet there, right? Well, I don't know. Their bomber's so far away. That's like their whole surface fleet. Oh no, they have the new bomber here in their capital. Still, we have 5 guys we could drop here. 1, 2, 3. But we'd only have access to a couple of planes. So it's time to start working on to Borneo, Indochina, and some stuff, I think. All right. So what do we want to do? A man and artillery onto a boat. That boat goes here. They attack with the support of a bomber. And then we come here with our aircraft carrier. And it's defended from their bomber. Except if we did it with the other fighters, they could come back and land on it. So now that's like, it's not quite guaranteed to be successful unless we send both planes, which is annoying. The farthest our planes can get. Wait a second. How far can this plane get? This plane can get almost to Alaska. And how far can these planes get? We could sink that fleet. I'm not sure how important doing that is. It kind of puts us out of position, but then we don't have to worry about it anymore. What would it look like? It would look like these planes and these planes go there. It's 2 aircraft carriers. It's 2 hits guaranteed. They're hitting back for 1 and then some. I mean, I wanted Indochina. They do have 5. They have so many tanks nearby. Is taking Buryatia and Soviet Far East at all worth it? I don't think so. So even though we can attack that fleet, we have to acknowledge that it can attack the Philippines. And that's like the extent to our acknowledgement that we need to give. Let's send the ship with 1 man. And then the ship with 2 men. And we can keep picking up and dropping down. We have all these guys in East Indies, for instance. And that can be a fully loaded aircraft carrier. This aircraft carrier can be fully loaded. And more destroyers. Because we're going to get a battleship in the Philippines, right? Oh, no, actually, I was thinking about building it in East Indies. It's a little awkward. But again, four vessels and a bomber. That means that this is the safest place, right? 2, 3, yeah, okay. Because nothing can really get here. I'm undoing plane actions here, but I want you both here and you both here. And the Japanese, they have nothing that they can pick up to threaten North America right now. So this is going to happen. That aircraft carrier is going to be defended. This aircraft carrier is defended. Then there's just a bunch of stuff everywhere. Oh, this sub. You can't really take on our battleship, but I'll move our thing down here regardless. So that's 5 units defending against 4 units attacking plus a bomber for a lot of the marbles. 1, 2, 1, 2. We have a slight edge in that combat, but not so great. Man, I don't know. Like, this is what I mean. It's so hard when you don't have that many fleets, but we have a lot of transports coming in. If they want to throw their bombers and their fleet away, then that's going to have to be fine. They could take Manila, which would suck. But for that, they'd also have to unload Japan. I don't see them winning that fight, right? We have a guaranteed hit and then a hit and a 2. And we lose our... Yeah, we're fine. Done. So we took their island. We now land our bomber. And we hit done. Right? Because we didn't really do any more attacks. And we're conquering a lot of sea here. 1 transport here, 1 transport and a battleship here, and then 2 guys and 2 guys. So now there's a lot of Americans around. Okay. All right. We're getting a lot of money. Russia should repair, and then they're only buying 3 infantry, which is pretty crap, to be honest. The Germans are the ones that can hurt us, so if we're gonna lash out, it should be at the Germans. They're gonna get like a guaranteed hit. Something like this. I mean, it's we're trading 3 for 3, but it's kind of bad for us. But we got to use our air power where we can. Killing the tank is also pretty big, actually. But maybe we just limit ourselves to 50-50 on taking this property and blowing up a tank in the interim. It's really sad, but it's all we can manage. And we didn't win our 50-50. They killed us. But hey, we traded 1 guy and we got 3 more, so we netted +2. Is that enough to stop Germany from taking us over? I don't know. I don't know. They are attacking pretty fiercely. But at least they are turning their, like, scopes on the British. Like, they're fighting the British, which is nice. Though they just took a lot without taking many losses. And they did continue with their battleship. So now that it's... Is it in range to actually attack us is the problem. Not quite. And it didn't pick up any units along the way. So, attack. I mean, how much income do we have? I mean, we could just keep buying a bunch of guys and a plane and make this a tank. Oh, tanks cost 6 in this. Oh. Artillery, then? Kind of sucks. The Germans have so many men. Like, I'm struggling. We don't have enough planes to realistically hit them hard enough. Like, we have to take these locations. So that would look like this. Guaranteed hit. So they have to hit a 4 and a 2. And then I just move that transport just to make our lives easier. We have to take them or they can swarm us with all their planes. Oh. So something like this. And if that's not enough to take it, then we have to try to guarantee it. But I wanted to attack Finland. Until we have enough planes, we're just not really that strong enough. So they go here. One of those planes goes here. And they're gonna trade. Actually, so the one attacking Northwest Europe doesn't have to attack from there. They could attack from here. And then they're in the safer fleet. Oh, I hate this. I hate this so much. But it should work. It should work. If it doesn't, we're in big doo-doo, but we're never going to be able to move in on Karelia at this rate, is the problem. Yikes. There's a British man here, but he's not really able to do much. Conduct naval bombardment. Let's do it on Northwestern Europe to try and make that more of a guarantee. So we did hit on our bombard, which means we should be good. We lost one man, but we are going to take the land. Then France is the big one. We sent the extra plane there. It paid off. We got it. And then Finland, we hit on like on a 3. Okay, so we got a good shot in the first round, which means that we're good to go. That one was pretty much guaranteed. So we are placing a fighter down. So you're fine. You're fine. You guys can never get all the way where I want you to be. You're going back. This guy only has one range. I guess Norway is the best. It's not amazing, but it's better than the UK. Is it better than the UK? Because the UK can go down after that battleship pretty aggressively. Or is Norway 1, 2, 3, 4? I guess Norway can get to Russia. But Russia's days are numbered, so done. Plane at sea. One, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Done. Please, God, let America steamroll enough of Japan so that we're good to go. I don't know how we would ever do it. They're bringing their bombers back. And they've got factories on the mainland, so they're not limited to using this stuff. So this fleet's doing nothing for them. Like, actually nothing. This destroyer, or sorry, this submarine is a little bit weird. 1, 2, 3. We could hit this really hard, but there's like 10 tanks here. Can't hit it that hard. We can hit it with 4 transports. That's 8 guys plus, you know, a handful of fighters and a bomber. Doesn't seem super great. I think we just need to do what a lame person would do and just invade the island ever so slowly, like in a measured way. We got a stack in French Indochina. We could get to Transjordan and Egypt as well with a transport, just to cut the canal off. There are some Japanese bombers around though, so they could blow up enough of a battleship. Right? 3 planes, would that be enough? Maybe not, actually. 1, 2, 3. We also could use the American fighter in this Indian attack. It's just not that good. Alright, so we need a new factory, because that factory is going to go in Borneo. We need probably at least 6 ground units. So 3 here, 3 here. And then maybe another aircraft carrier? It's hard to say. Are we struggling for capacity? We've got a fully loaded here, a fully loaded here, 1.5 here, and we have these here. I think we could use it. The problem is that we could also use another fighter. So for 1 less man, we could get a fighter. And then we'll be at full steam ahead. Right? Well, we actually need more units than anything. So if units are the most important, then maybe we get some heavy hitters. Okay. And what does that look like? Well, the Borneo guys are loading up. The Philippines are loading up. I mean, we could be a little bit more aggressive with our land grab. If we are at like a surplus of infantry and units and stuff. Like, I just don't want to be rash. Like, I want to build up a force, and that's tricky. Like, basically what I'm thinking is I could send a man here, and here, and here. But, like, then we get 2 income, and they blow us up. Like, it's not affecting the war that much. I think it's much better to just take this, move these guys up, take these guys, maybe drop them in Burma with a bomber. Borneo to here. And then all of you guys onto the boats. And all of you guys into Thailand. So now we have 8 guys on the mainland. Got 8 guys in the mainland. They can all attack Japan. And maybe Manchuria is what we go after next turn. So we... 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So we plan on that as like our big win. So these guys come here. The aircraft carrier, we probably put it in the Philippines. 1, 2, 3. Because the Philippines can support a lot of shenanigans. And then we can put that fighter here. What I'm worried about is that the Japanese or the Americans take Burma and then the Japanese blitz through. But that's kind of impossible because the Germans have to go first and then the other guys after. So, I mean, the Americans are here. We've taken the valuable islands. Like, that's 4, 4, and 3, and even New Guinea for 1. So, like, we're doing the things. The AI is derping, doesn't know what to do with its fleet. It's just Germany taking Russia that's, like, the pinnacle of sadness. Also, from here, Thailand, we can, like, push into, like, Egypt and stuff, though I think that it's mostly going to be offloading the Indies and stuff. So let's hit done. Naval combat. Buddy's like super dead. He got us though on the way out. That gives it back to the British, which is interesting. This is only a location of 2 supply. We could have thought about building a factory there as well, I'm realizing. But the bomber comes back. This does nothing because they have no troops with it. Yes. So the air carrier goes here. Just in case we're attacking Japan, we'll put one of the tanks over here. And then all of this stuff down here. Maximum flexibility. And then a factory here. So Thailand is looking interesting. Russia's factory's damaged for 3. I mean, if we don't fix it, it's never gonna get used. So we hit done, and that gives it a single man. This could be the end. I mean, it's not looking great. We'll attack to kill a Russian for a German for a Russian. And potentially that's cool. I mean, they sent their 9 tanks into Asia. So, like, we might hold on with this bastion of resistance. Once again, they hit us. This time it was a 1/3 chance. Unlucky. We lost a man. They lost a man. We gain a man. We have 8 income, plus our 2 left over. Oh, baby, this episode's getting long, so right after the German turn, we'll have to pause it. Let's see what they do, though. Purchasing lots of units. Nasty, nasty. Oh, we did get a hit on them, though. We got 2 hits on them, in fact. That's nice. They did, once again, take these lands back with 2 men each, but we did, like, weaken them severely in Finland. That's so many guys. And then they put more. Those tanks are not in range, though. So it's really... I mean, then there's the Japanese could follow up, though, with their attack. Anyways, let's look at, just before ending here, players. Total unit value. The Axis is still up $100, and they don't have these expensive fleets at sea that are functionally doing, like, nothing. They do have this one and this one, which are really doing nothing. Don't get me wrong. But these aren't worth nearly as much as all of these, like, 5 transports here and 4 more transports here, a bunch of destroyers, and this extra sub. I mean, I guess they do have a lot of those things. They have an extra transport here. They have an extra sub over there. But trust me, it's really not looking good for us when the map looks like this. Black on one side, yellow on the other, and a nugget of red. And if this falls, I don't know how the Allies would ever break onto land, because the British are just piecemealing at the Germans here while losing Africa. It's kind of bad. We could go for, like, a North Africa campaign, but Doesn't seem super hot. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next one. Ciao for now.